In a dense jungle, the dawn reveals a chaotic mess of uprooted trees and glistening mud, remnants of a violent storm. Ruby, regal yet exhausted, kneels on the damp earth, her hands pressed firmly into the soil. A faint, ethereal glow emanates from her fingertips, breathing life into the ravaged earth. New vines sprout and weave, forming a protective barrier around Ruby, the pragmatic Darius, and wide-eyed Apple, clutching her tattered doll. The air is thick with humidity and the smell of damp earth, a testament to nature's raw power and Ruby's defiant magic. A grotesque dragon frog, mottled green, erupts from the undergrowth, its eyes locked onto the terrified group. Its guttural croak, a monstrous roar, shatters the jungle's calm, making the very leaves tremble. Ruby's protective vines surge, forming a living, breathing wall, swaying with an eerie life of their own. Darius, a bone-handled knife glinting, bravely steps forward, shielding Apple with his body. From the dense jungle, a swarm of feral children emerges, their tattered clothes and smudged faces a chilling sight. They brandish sharpened sticks, crude weapons that glint menacingly in the dim light of the clearing. Their eyes, wild and untamed, betray a hunger that goes beyond simple sustenance, a primal intensity. The air crackles with an unspoken threat as these young, fierce warriors advance with predatory grace. The mighty dragon frog, sensing a larger, more insidious danger, instinctively recoils, its massive form tensing. A palpable tension fills the clearing as the children's silent, menacing presence shifts the balance of power. In a jungle clearing, Ruby's eyes ignite with an intense inner light, a silent, powerful effort radiating from her form. Vines surge outwards, not as weapons, but as protective tendrils, enveloping the dragon frog and the hostile children. A shimmering, vibrant green energy pulses from Ruby, momentarily illuminating the dark, dense jungle around them. The jungle pulses with her power, a silent testament to the immense force she wields. In the jungle clearing, the dragon frog and children are ensnared in Ruby's potent magic. Their forms begin to ripple and shrink, a bewildering transformation unfolding before their eyes. Aggressive snarls contort into bewildered meows, their bodies shifting with unsettling speed. The metamorphosis is swift, a strange and beautiful spectacle of magic and change. Trapped in the mystical embrace, they become something new, their former selves fading into the jungle. Where the dragon frog and children once stood, small domestic cats now sit, blinking in confusion. A ginger cat playfully paws at a dangling vine, its innocence a stark contrast to the recent peril. The immediate threat has vanished, replaced by an unsettling and eerie calm that hangs heavy in the air. Ruby sways, visibly drained, her exhaustion a testament to the harrowing ordeal she has just endured. In a makeshift shelter of leaves and branches, Darius meticulously sharpens his knife, his brow furrowed in intense concentration. The rhythmic scrape of stone against steel fills the quiet air, a stark contrast to the world beyond. Beside him, Apple gently coaxes a newly transformed black cat, its sleek form wary and suspicious. Her soft murmurs try to win over the creature, but its eyes remain sharp, untrusting. The rough shelter offers a fragile sanctuary, a testament to their struggle and hope in a changed world. Ruby collapses onto a bed of soft moss, her breath ragged, the immense power she wielded leaving her utterly exhausted. Her hands, still faintly glowing with residual energy, tremble uncontrollably, a testament to her recent ordeal. Darius glances at her, a flicker of profound concern momentarily breaking his usually unyielding, stoic expression. The makeshift shelter offers a fragile sanctuary as Ruby struggles to regain her composure, her body weary from battle. Darius approaches the formidable vine barrier, his every movement a testament to his caution. He scans the dense jungle beyond, his senses acutely heightened for any lurking dangers. The air hangs heavy and still, the silence broken only by the incessant chirping of unseen insects. His desperate gaze searches for anything edible amidst the verdant, treacherous wilderness. Darius's watchful eye scans the dense jungle, his gaze fixed on Apple as she moves with practiced ease. Apple's small hands deftly pluck berries, her innate wisdom separating the safe from the deadly. The sleek black cat, a silent shadow, weaves around her legs, a hint of its wild spirit still untamed, a primal connection between girl and beast, a whisper of survival in the heart of the wilderness. Inside the makeshift shelter, Ruby rests in a deep, restorative sleep, her face pale yet peaceful. A subtle glow emanates from the vines, their pulse mirroring the gentle rhythm of Ruby's breathing. The soft light from the vines dances across her serene features, hinting at a powerful connection. Each gentle pulse of the vines whispers of her dormant power, a silent symphony of nature and magic. The shelter itself seems to breathe with her, a living extension of Ruby's profound, peaceful slumber. In a makeshift shelter, Darius and Apple sit across from each other, a stark silence between them. A small pile of berries and the remnants of a roasted bird constitute their meager meal. Apple carefully picks berries, her fingers delicate against the vibrant fruit. Darius gnaws on the last bit of bone, the quiet chewing the only sound in the tense air. Their gazes are fixed on their food, a silent agreement to avoid eye contact. The air crackles with unspoken tension, thick and heavy between them. Inside the makeshift shelter, Darius's eyes, heavy with the weight of responsibility, shift between Ruby and Apple. A deep, weary sigh escapes him, a sound that speaks volumes of his burden of leadership and protection. His gaze lingers on Ruby, a profound unease concerning her power clouding his features. The unspoken tension in the shelter is palpable as Darius grapples with his complex emotions. In the dim makeshift shelter, Apple, a child, clutches her doll, her small knuckles white with fear. Her wide, innocent eyes dart between Darius and Ruby, sensing the unspoken conflict. A palpable tension hangs heavy in the air, a silent storm brewing between the adults. Apple's young mind struggles to comprehend the weighty, adult emotions swirling around her. The jungle outside the makeshift shelter hums with nocturnal calls and rustles, a wild symphony under the cloak of night. Inside, a small fire crackles, its hungry flames casting dancing shadows that writhe on the rough-hewn walls. Darius stares into the mesmerizing embers, his gaze lost in the shifting light, his thoughts drifting far away. Close to the fire's comforting warmth, his cats are curled in deep sleep, one twitching faintly as dreams unfold. The fire's glow illuminates the peaceful scene, a fragile haven against the wild, untamed night. In a vivid flashback, Ruby stands resplendent in royal attire, her presence commanding yet tinged with a profound gravity. Before a grand council, her serious expression betrays a heavy burden, a secret weighing on her regal shoulders. Elders, cloaked in ornate robes, listen intently, their faces etched with a growing skepticism and deep-seated doubt. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a palpable sense of broken trust hanging heavy within the opulent chamber. Each elder's gaze is a silent accusation, their faces a canvas of suspicion and disapproval. A political betrayal, sharp and undeniable, casts a long dark shadow over the council, threatening to engulf Ruby. In a vivid flashback, a younger Ruby stands transfixed before a patch of wildflowers, her eyes wide with awe and a touch of fear. A raw, uncontrolled surge of power emanates from her, a shimmering aura surrounding her small form. The wildflowers explode into vibrant, impossible bloom, their petals unfurling in a dazzling burst of color. A royal guard, patrolling nearby, freezes, his gaze drawn to the unnatural, brilliant display. The guard's eyes narrow, a flicker of suspicion crossing his face as he observes the impossible spectacle. In the makeshift shelter, Darius shifts uneasily, the oppressive silence amplifying his every movement. His gaze drifts to Ruby, sleeping soundly, a picture of fragile peace amidst their harsh reality. Then, his eyes meet Apple's, wide and expectant in the dim light, awaiting guidance. Darius gestures vaguely towards Ruby, a silent acknowledgement of her profound sacrifice. His voice, heavy with a mix of gratitude and sorrow, breaks the silence. "She saved us, Apple." A profound question hangs in the air, but at what cost? Inside a makeshift shelter, dim light casts long shadows as Apple, a small figure, gestures with youthful innocence. Her gesture is directed towards a fluffy white cat, one of the transformed children now purring contentedly. The cat's soft purr fills the quiet space, a stark contrast to the grim reality around them. Apple's innocent expression is a stark contrast to Darius's grim demeanor, highlighting their differing perspectives. She looks at the cat, a gentle smile on her face, and observes. The cats seem happy. Darius watches, his face etched with a complex mix of concern and a growing sense of foreboding. In the makeshift shelter, Darius shakes his head, his gaze troubled and weighed down by unseen burdens. His eyes fall upon Ruby, a figure of immense power, yet appearing utterly vulnerable in this stark moment. He speaks with a heavy heart. It's not about them. It's about her and us. Darius's voice resonates with a desperate question. How long can she keep doing this? In the dim shelter, the black cat, once a hostile child, now seeks comfort, rubbing against Apple's hand. Apple's gentle touch soothes its fur, a faint, soft smile gracing her lips. A moment of fragile peace settles over them, a silent bond forming in the quiet night. Yet, the other cats in the shadows remain. Their watchful eyes, a constant, unsettling presence. Each feline form is a stark reminder of Ruby's formidable power, a shadow lurking in their makeshift refuge. The soft purr of the cat is a deceptive lullaby against the underlying tension of their precarious existence. In the makeshift shelter's dim light, Darius rises, a restless shadow against the rough-hewn walls. He moves with a silent urgency, drawn to the shelter's edge, a yearning in his eyes. Peering into the impenetrable darkness, Darius's gaze is a mixture of hope and despair. A palpable sense of being trapped, bound by circumstance and Ruby's protection, weighs heavily on him. Yet, a fierce, silent yearning for agency burns within his soul, a desire to break free. Night descends upon the makeshift shelter, casting long, dancing shadows within its fragile walls. Outside, the wind begins its mournful whisper, rustling through unseen leaves. Eerie, otherworldly sounds drift on the breeze, a symphony of the unknown beckoning from the darkness. The air itself hums with an almost imperceptible energy, a subtle tremor of mystical power. This fractured realm, reborn, breathes with an ancient, quiet magic, ever-present and profound. The very fabric of existence seems to shift, a constant, subtle presence within the night. In the dim, makeshift shelter, Darius turns to Apple, his gaze fixed and unwavering, a silent promise in his eyes. The air thickens with unspoken gravity, hinting at the profound conversation about to unfold between them. He breaks the silence, his voice a low, steady rumble. We need to talk about what's next. Apple listens intently, her expression a mix of apprehension and quiet resolve, ready to face the unknown. In the dim light of the makeshift shelter, Apple's youthful face is etched with a solemn understanding. A flicker of determination crosses her features, her eyes reflecting a weighty truth. She nods slowly, acknowledging a burden far beyond her years. The gravity of their situation settles around her like a heavy cloak. Despite her youth, a profound sense of responsibility shines in her serious gaze. In the dim quiet of the makeshift shelter, Darius's face is etched with profound worry, his gaze distant. He speaks in a voice barely a whisper, a silent plea not to disturb the sleeping Ruby. His hand gestures vaguely, heavy with the unspoken weight of royal duty. He murmurs, "The crown. It's heavy, isn't it? A burden I wouldn't wish on anyone." Darius continues, "Especially not with power like yours. It's always been a blessing, yes, but also a curse." His words hang in the air, hinting at the crushing reality of Ruby's immense double-edged power. In the dim shelter, Apple's ears twitch, catching every subtle sound, a sentinel in the encroaching darkness. Her gaze flits between Ruby, a silent, unwavering anchor in the gloom, and the unsettling forms of transformed cats. The once familiar feline shapes are now disturbingly alien, their presence a stark reminder of their new reality. A silent, agonizing battle rages within Apple, loyalty to her companions clashing with a deeper longing. She yearns for a life unburdened, a past free from this dangerous transformation that now defines their existence. In the makeshift shelter, firelight dances, painting long, eerie shadows on the rough-hewn walls. Darius watches Ruby, his face a mask of unreadable intent, as his voice murmurs against the crackling flames. He glances around the cramped space, a silent, assessing gaze sweeping over the faces of the others. His words hang heavy in the air. "Perhaps we should consider finding a more permanent, safer haven." Darius continues, his voice a low, insistent hum. "Somewhere we're not so reliant on Ruby's constant exertion of power." The fire flickers, illuminating the tense silence that follows his stark, challenging declaration. In the makeshift shelter, a flickering fire casts long, dancing shadows, painting the scene with an eerie glow. Apple, her face smudged with dirt, looks up, her eyes wide with a profound concern. Her voice, a hushed plea, breaks the silence, But what about Ruby? A desperate question hangs in the air. We can't just leave her, as her gaze pleads for reassurance. Within the cramped makeshift shelter, Darius paces restlessly, his shadow dancing ominously on the rough-hewn walls. His features are etched with a conflict of guilt and logic, as if wrestling with an impossible choice. He mutters, "We wouldn't leave her, not exactly, but we need to consider our options." A grim question hangs in the air, his voice heavy with doubt. What if she can't protect us forever? The stark shadows seem to stretch and shrink with each anxious step, mirroring his inner turmoil. In the makeshift shelter, the once vibrant fire now dwindles to a handful of glowing embers, casting an eerie light. Long, distorted shadows of the occupants dance ominously across the rough-hewn walls, twisting with every flicker. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a hushed debate unfolding in near silence. Voices are kept low, almost whispers, as if the very walls might betray their desperate discussion. A quiet, intense struggle unfolds, a battle between unwavering loyalty and the primal instinct for survival. In the makeshift shelter's dim light, a calico cat stretches, a silent observer in the tense night. Its small, furry body a stark contrast to the weighty discussion. The cat yawns, blissfully unaware. The cat's serene presence is a living reminder of Ruby's intervention, a beacon of unexpected comfort. Its gentle movements punctuate the heavy atmosphere, a soft, oblivious counterpoint to the human drama. In the makeshift shelter's dim light, Darius sits in profound silence, his gaze lost in the shadows. A fleeting, painful memory flickers across his face, hinting at a past where trust was brutally shattered. His expression, once distant, now hardens, a silent testament to betrayal's deep scars. The lines around his eyes deepen, etching a story of caution and profound emotional guard. He remains silent, the weight of unspoken history heavy in the air around him. This hardened resolve now defines him, a shield forged in the fires of past hurts. In the makeshift shelter, candlelight flickers, casting long, dancing shadows across the rough-hewn walls. Apple's face, etched with deep concern, is illuminated by the dancing flame. Her small hand reaches out, gently placing it on his arm, a silent gesture of comfort. She perceives the turmoil within him, his internal conflict, a palpable weight in the quiet space. His gaze is distant, battling the ghosts of past disappointments that haunt his mind. The soft touch of her hand is a lifeline, a silent acknowledgement of his quiet struggle. In the dim light of the makeshift shelter, Darius gazes at Apple, his usual sternness softening. A fleeting moment of vulnerability crosses his face, revealing a hidden tenderness. His eyes, usually hard, now hold a profound depth of protective instinct. He knows with a heavy heart that her safety demands his unwavering resolve. The weight of difficult choices settles upon him, a silent vow to shield her at all costs. The jungle's dense, humid air presses in, a living, breathing entity. The night symphony of unseen creatures swells, growing louder and more mysterious. A makeshift shelter, a fragile shield of branches and leaves, stands against the encroaching wild. Its flimsy walls offer little defense from the vibrant, unseen life of the jungle. Beyond the shelter, an untamed magic pulses, an unseen force of nature. The air vibrates with the jungle's secrets, a world alive with hidden wonders. In the dim shelter, Darius's hands carve a plan from the air, a desperate strategy to find safety. His words paint a picture of a new beginning, a promise to scout ahead for a secure haven. He vows to return for Ruby, a silent assurance that she will not be abandoned in their flight. It's a fragile compromise, a way to move forward without sacrificing their hope or their bond. In the dim light of the makeshift shelter, Apple's gaze is distant, lost in thought. Her brow furrows, a silent struggle playing across her face as she weighs difficult choices. Practicality dictates one path, but her heart aches, pulling her towards another. The thought of leaving Ruby, even for a moment, casts a shadow over her resolve. A flicker of pain crosses her eyes, revealing the depth of her emotional conflict. In the hushed stillness of the makeshift shelter, a sleek black cat materializes from the shadows. With effortless grace, the feline leaps, landing softly upon Ruby's chest. A low, resonant purr begins, a rhythmic vibration filling the quiet night air. Ruby stirs in her sleep, a gentle shift in her repose, her dreams touched by warmth. A faint, contented smile graces her lips, a silent testament to the comforting presence beside her. Inside the makeshift shelter, shadows dance as Darius watches, his gaze fixed on a surprising interaction. A flicker of doubt crosses his face, a subtle shift in his hardened expression. He observes Ruby, her presence radiating an unexpected calm. The transformed creatures, once monstrous, now seem to respond to her with an undeniable connection. Darius's eyes narrow, processing the depth of their bond, stronger than he ever conceived. The revelation of this unforeseen alliance leaves him in silent contemplation, his expectations shattered. In the makeshift shelter, the air hangs heavy with unspoken fears as he paces, his shadow dancing ominously on the rough walls. He gestures emphatically, his voice low and urgent, stressing the constant danger of staying in one place. He reveals the chilling truth. Ruby's power is a beacon in this reborn world. He emphasizes how her unique gift draws unwanted attention, making their survival precarious. His gaze sweeps the room, a silent plea for unwavering vigilance in a world reborn from chaos. In the makeshift shelter, flickering firelight dances, casting long, wavering shadows that stretch and shrink with each crackle. Apple's face, illuminated by the fire, holds a somber acceptance as she nods slowly, the weight of their decision heavy. She speaks, her voice firm. "I agree, but on one condition. We leave a clear trail for Ruby to follow. Her eyes, filled with a fierce resolve, meet the others. And we must return for her as soon as it's safe." The unspoken promise hangs in the air, a silent vow to ensure Ruby's safe return. In the dim light of the makeshift shelter, Darius nods slowly, a silent acknowledgement of her unspoken condition. His eyes reflect a profound understanding, a wisdom born of harsh realities. He grasps the delicate balance between cautious survival and unwavering loyalty. A weighty compromise settles over the space, thick as the night air. It brings with it a fragile, temporary peace, a moment of respite in their harsh existence. The shelter, once a place of tension, now holds a quiet, almost sacred calm. Inside the makeshift shelter, a single, flickering lantern casts dancing shadows across the huddled forms. Around Ruby, a kaleidoscope of cats, their fur a tapestry of colors, begins to settle into peaceful slumber. Their soft, rhythmic purrs rise and fall, a soothing chorus filling the small, intimate space. Each furry body is a silent testament to Ruby's profound power and boundless compassion. In a makeshift shelter, Darius carefully unfurls a tattered map on the dirt floor, its secrets illuminated by a flickering candle. Apple, her brow furrowed in deep concentration, meticulously counts a handful of dried berries, a vital provision. Long, dancing shadows stretch across their faces, cast by the sputtering flame, hinting at unspoken worries. Despite the cramped space and scarcity, a fierce spark of determination gleams in their eyes as they prepare their meager supplies. In the makeshift shelter, firelight flickers, casting long, dancing shadows that twist and writhe like phantoms. The air is thick with the smell of smoke and fear as I move with silent, measured steps. I place a small, recognizable marker near Ruby, a token of hope and a silent promise. It's a personal item she'll instantly know, a vow of my return etched in the quiet night. The flickering light illuminates her sleeping form, a fragile beacon in the encroaching darkness. In the dim light of the makeshift shelter, Apple gently strokes Ruby's hair, her small fingers tracing a silent farewell. Her touch is soft, a tender caress across Ruby's sleeping face, a child's love in every movement. Apple whispers, her voice a fragile promise in the quiet night. "I'll be back, Ruby. I promise." The words hang in the air, a testament to her unwavering faith in her sleeping protector. A profound moment of quiet devotion unfolds as Apple bids a temporary goodbye to her guardian. Pre-dawn, the jungle breathes a cool, fresh air, promising a new day and challenges. Darius and Apple, shadows against the dark, emerge from the vine barrier, their movements silent. The dense jungle canopy above still holds the night, but a faint glow promises the coming dawn. They move with cautious purpose, their senses alert to every rustle and whisper of the awakening jungle. Each step taken is a silent testament to their resolve, venturing deeper into the unknown. The dense jungle canopy swallows the last vestiges of light as figures vanish into the encroaching darkness. A single, ethereal ray of pre-dawn light pierces through the thick foliage, a beacon in the gloom. The luminous beam falls directly upon Ruby's sleeping form, nestled deep within the jungle's embrace. Vines surrounding her begin to glow with an otherworldly, faint luminescence, as if guarding her slumber. The jungle stirs awake, a silent, ancient guardian watching over the tranquil scene. Under the pre-dawn sky, a vast and mysterious jungle slowly unfolds, its ancient secrets stirring in the dim light. This realm, steeped in ancient magic, promises both new beginnings and untold dangers. Deep within the dense foliage, Ruby sleeps soundly, oblivious to the looming fate of her companions. The heavy air hums with unspoken threats, a silent prelude to the unfolding drama. Her peaceful slumber belies the precarious balance of her world, now hanging by a thread.